A woman on a plane noticed something strange. Even though they had taken off quite some time ago, they were still flying over an endless expanse of pristine forest. Before she could ask the flight attendant when they would arrive, she unexpectedly heard a commotion outside the cabin. Suddenly, the propellers stopped working. By this time, the cockpit crew was also in disarray. Apparently, due to a lost GPS signal, the plane had long since lost navigation. Fuel had also run out at this point. The aircraft then began an uncontrolled nosedive. Fortunately, the captain was skilled, and the plane not only made a successful emergency landing, but the passenger cabin remained relatively intact. People only suffered minor injuries and were generally okay. However, a flight attendant who hadn't had time to sit down broke her neck in the violent turbulence. At this moment, Jack and a passenger named Kevin were forcefully trying to open the cockpit door, while another muscular passenger, Mark, attempted to open the cabin door. Thick smoke began billowing from the plane's engine. Jack and his companion managed to pry open the cockpit door. They found the pilot with a thick tree branch impaled in his chest. Jack checked the pilot's pulse and found a faint heartbeat. He then pulled the branch out with force. Meanwhile, the plane's engine caught fire. Smelling smoke, the passengers started to panic. Mark kicked open the cabin door and ran out. The remaining passengers quickly followed, escaping the plane one by one. A female passenger, Mary, grabbed a fire extinguisher and rushed out. Mark, instead of fleeing, opened his luggage and rummaged through it. Mary arrived with the extinguisher just in time to put out the flames. Although she didn't understand what items in Mark's luggage could be so important, she had no time to dwell on it now. Apart from the flight attendant who died in the crash, there were 9 people left at the scene. No one knew where they were. Without cell towers in the primeval forest, their phones naturally had no signal or GPS positioning. Mark glanced at his luggage, relieved. A curious overweight woman and her husband wondered what was inside. The flight attendant's corpse couldn't be left in the cabin. In the hot and humid jungle, the body would decay quickly, reeking and attracting swarms of insects. Mary suggested moving the body far away. Having traveled extensively since age 12, she judged from experience that they had crashed in the Mexican rainforest. The surrounding mountains span 600 square miles. Rescue teams might not arrive in time. Jack and Kevin decided to find a place to dispose of the body. Although disrespectful to the deceased, they had no other choice. The two found a depression and placed the flight attendant's corpse inside. Just then, Mark ran over to tell them the pilot had regained consciousness. The pilot's chest was in agony, and he had difficulty breathing. Strangely, the first thing he said upon speaking was that the crash wasn't his fault. He claimed to have sent out a distress call but received no response. He didn't know if anyone had received the plea for help. What exactly caused the crash? And what was in Mark's suitcase? In the end, how many people would survive?